Hey Crash, it's been up and down. I managed to cause a few big crashes. Had 11.5 minutes to repair at one point as I spun. So I was in the first stint. So yeah, we started.
Last hour.
Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. So basically, we qualified P9, now down to P24. Reason being is because Yorkie, who's our 4K iRacing driver, he's a fast guy who qualified 9th. Byron, one of our South African drivers, was forced to... had a small mistake, did a big mistake, landed on the side of his roof. Sorry, car landed on its side. And then went on right through the night. One of our guys, Devon, wasn't as quick or as confident in the car as we all were.
Right side. You're clear.
So we were losing 30 to 40 seconds a lap. What happens, he was trying to be predictable. Unfortunately, he got punted by P3. He went a bit slower than I was probably expecting him to do. Into the final corner and along back straight.
What's your Twitter handle?
Twitter handle?
Yeah.
Woody5728. So when I get in the car, it's doing alright, and then unfortunately it spun.
You were in the car till the end, by the way.
Yeah, cool. Actually feeling alright. Body's getting accustomed to it.
Yeah. So, touch it. I'm making that executive decision. You're doing it. You're doing 3.5 hours.
You say that and I almost freaking lose the Footsgarden too.
Yeah, don't be doing that.
Oh boy.
Just keep going smooth. Very good.
Sorry Crash, I'll finish my whole entire race story soon once Yorkie stops interrupting me and I start almost losing the car. Oh yeah, I was wondering what happened to Jimmy Broadbent's team. So I spun at the corner, exiting the kink after the carousel, just ran wide of the night, hit the grass, spun around, drove back, 11.5 minutes of repair, then put in a mega double stint. Unfortunately, spun and the bonnet came off. That was 4.5 minutes of repair, and then Byron and Devon just kept doing their thing. I get in, and I'm like, oh yep, all was good, all was well. And I'm changing what voice chat channel I'm on, and I go to put it onto all teams, and that fast left-hander you have to lift for before you break into a banking right after full plats. Just went wide there, and then was in the wall. 30-minute pit stop. Come back out. Try again. You know, I was putting in fast laps, but I was also a bit strung out and a bit pissed off. So I lost it.
There hasn't been any change yet.
Fair enough.
They've still got. It'll be the end of this lap for P2 that they overtake him, and then P3's got another lap.
So yeah, I was a bit strung out, binned it, was pissed off, towed it, we got Devon in, I walked away, just had a bit of time to relax and cool down. So what was that?
JRT is showing that HSR team number 98 are actually now in P2. It's the number 61 car of Team Oblivion Racing that's now in P1. But the lap count doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's all because, as I mentioned before, people's cars are in the pits after they've crossed the start-finish line.
Yeah.
So if you were to look at what lap number both cars are on, so I believe it's lap 163 for Team 98, so 164 maybe, 163 done. If the number 61 car has the same number as HSR, and they're ahead on track, then they'll be leader. I know it's confusing and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they're now both on 164 in iRacing. They're now both on 163 in JLT. So now the lead has now changed. It happened just as you were explaining it.
Yeah.
They're still in the pit.
Because just like in cricket, laps and overs is plural. It's the amount done. Lap or over is what is happening now in the present. Many times I've had to explain to people the difference between over and overs as a cricket scorer. Oh, what over is this? It says 63. Yeah, that's 63 overs, bold. This is the 64th over. Also, did you hear about Jimmy Broadbent's team?
No.
Apparently, according to one of the viewers in my chat, they DQ'd after unrepairable phantom damage after like 6 hours.
Okay.
Sounds about right for iRacing, to be honest.
Yeah. I'll after the race is done, I'll chuck a couple of clips that have been shared around on the Geodesic Discord. There's some fun ones in there.
They were the
Toyota GR86 driving down through Foxhole, and as it's coming up the hill towards the left-handed curve that you absolutely smash. The car's just driving along, and all of a sudden it flips up into the air for like no real reason.
Those are the ones you were watching on stream before, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Devon was in the car at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was the Woody is pissed off at himself moment. It's good that I've calmed down and I'm not as strung out as I was saying before. I was recounting how the race has gone to that same viewer, and how when I got in the car after that big damage, I was strung out and was pushing hard. That's what caused that last spin.
Yeah.
I'm still annoyed about the fact that that stuff has happened, and as you mentioned, I'm down because I haven't performed as well as I wanted to. Especially with all the practice I put in.
Yeah, it happens. For me, the main thing that got me my I rating going up is reducing risk as much as possible and just focusing on being consistent rather than like outright pace. I think I've done that so hard now to slightly to my own detriment in that I never qualify as well as I should. Like my outright pace isn't as quick as others, but because I've worked on consistency and minimizing mistakes so much, my racecraft and generally my races go so much better that I always go forward.
Yeah, similar comment was said about me in the Jandal Racing League back in Season 6 at Laguna Seca. They were looking at predicting who was going to be top 3, and one of the guys had me as a dark horse to come P3 because I got such good race pace compared to outright quality pace. I think it was like qualified 15th, finished 4th.
Sounds about right. The thing is, I struggle to find ways to actually like work on quali pace. I guess like other than doing like quali runs, I can't think of any other ways to improve outright pace. Whereas working on consistency is a lot harder. It's just, you drive to 80, 85, 90%. Just try and be smooth, don't make any mistakes.
Exactly.
Do that lap on lap. I guess it's just being a bit more comfortable to push at the very limit. Keep the car there rather than just under it.
I'm sure if you politely ask Max Benecki, he'll give you some tips.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just like driving technique. That's one of the good things about the telemetry sessions that the Geo guys do. They're all so fast and consistent. Generally I tend to find like with, say within half a second of each other, driving around, and we can do that fairly consistently, but because we're so consistent, you can just go straight into the telemetry data and the answer is there, like lying right in front of you. You can see that like they're dragging and trail braking just a little bit more to get the car rotated, therefore they're getting slightly earlier on power, or they're doing slightly less steering, or like their minimum speed is like 5 kph quicker at the apex sort of thing, and I'm just over slowing the car. And it's just like in a corner or two where you can just find an extra 10th, 2 tenths, and that makes all the difference.
Yeah, the same viewer, it's called Crashnik by the way. He goes, I guess also that people usually just hot lap, but once they're in a pack they fall because they can't actually race the other drivers.
Yeah. They're driving to their hot lap references rather than what they need to be driving to avoid other cars checking up Constantina effect and all that. What really pisses me off about like lap 1 and the first couple of corners is people expect you to be braking at your usual brake marker point or later because you're going at a slower speed, but it just does not work like that when you've got a massive pack of cars.
The P1 team's out of the pits. 22 minute,
Copy.
42 second repair. P2 is better across the line, I believe.
Yep. So
Yeah, it's
P2 is
updated.
now P1. Yep. They're on 165. So HSR have now gone down into P2. And they're pretty much a full lap behind. Near enough. I'd say there's probably a kilometre's difference between the two of them. And then P3 is now on the same lap as P2. The new P2. But they're quite a bit further ahead.
Yeah, they're 20 seconds behind me, the green Mercedes.
Yep, the one that you passed twice in these last bunch of stints.
Pretty low, unfortunately. We've got to pit one more time. And they're a lap ahead. And it better come on the back straight. What lap is P23 on, by the way?
151. Just about to start 152.
Yeah, guy in chat was asking, Crashnik was asking me about it because I wasn't catching them P23, and I was like, well, they're coming onto the back straight now, and they're a lap ahead of us.
Yeah.
Plus, we've also got to pit again.
Yeah. You are quicker than them, so we have been closing, but they're that far ahead that we're not going to get them unless they have a major incident.
It's pretty much away with the back end of these Enduros.
Yeah. I don't think we are going to get any higher than P22. But we need P22 and P23 to have big major Ross that we overtake them. I think 21 is now out of reach with the amount of time remaining. If they were to have a massive crash and then continue. Alfonso.
That's bad. Still there. And clear.
Sure it wasn't Alonso?
Okay, he pushed me off the track. I think you have to leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space.
Nah, it's Alfonso. And I wish the real world racing was like that, instead of this shoving off shit that they do. But then again, that is apparently the real world consensus, is that if you're on the outside in a corner, expect to be run out of room on the exit.
It's called a motor race, okay?
Oh. Trying to make the blood boil.
You a Hamilton fan?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I honestly couldn't really care much about the shenanigans between Max and Lewis. There's pros and cons to each driver.
Yep.
I'm just like, okay, I see all the drama, and I'm just like, God, there's bigger things to worry about than this incessant bashing between both teams and drivers.
Yeah. The I say the whole Abu Dhabi thing. You can't fault Max in any way, shape, or form. He didn't do really anything wrong the entire race. His move on that one was a bit questionable, one that forced Lewis off. So he did come from like 30 meters back, and yeah, he managed to keep on the track. But that was very much a you've either got to completely give up the corner or we're crashing, and if we crash, I win anyway.
Yeah.
Which is probably why Lewis took to the escape road that he did. To me, that was fine as long as he gave up the advantage. It's really, really hard to see from the off-board cameras whether he actually did that or not, but according to the FIA and the stewards, he did negate that gap and kind of reset it to what it was before. I'm going to assume that the FIA were looking at the gap prior to the entry to the braking zone. But yeah, Lewis was just in a whole other league, like the entire race. And then it's not so much the fact that it played into Max's hands and the advantage at the end. To me, it's effectively match fixing, and I'm more aggrieved at the fact that some drivers were treated unfairly, like Sainz, Stroll, I think Ricciardo. They didn't have cars in front of them given the wave through, and it was purely about the fight between Max and Lewis. If they waved through all the other cars, so everyone was in order, so obviously you got Lewis, then Max, then there wasn't a car between Max and Sainz, and then Stroll had a fair shot at, I think, the points as well as Ricciardo, then it would have been fine. But the fact they only let like some of the lap cars through, but not all of them,
Yeah.
that to me is effectively like, that's match fixing.
I agree with
Because
you.
you're cementing the positions for certain cars on the grid. And that's the thing that really pissed me off about it.
Yeah, like Max is lucky that he got the opportunity to come into the pits before Lewis. What I also didn't like was the fact that they're like, okay, we're not going to let lap cars through, and then we're going to full 180 on it. That's the bit that, even though I am neither a Max or Lewis Hamilton fan, that pisses me off. It's inconsistency and not in line with the rules. You either let all the lap cars through or you don't.
Yeah, there's got to be one or the other. Can't be halfway between.
Correct.
Well, what if they red flag the race? I think there would have been a fair match up. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yep. That would have been fine.
Then everyone's on fresh tires. They get 2 weeks of racing, and that's it. Away you go.
Yeah.
Best man wins.
Yeah, I reckon even if they did red flag the race, I think Max would have still won it. Because that move that he made on that final lap, he was going to make that move whether Lewis was on fresh brand new tyres or whether it was on old tyres like he was. Lewis was in a full-on lose-lose situation there. Because if he tried to cover the inside, Max is just going to take the racing line, he's going to get him on exit, he's going to pass him on the straight into the next braking zone. He's won the race. If Lewis didn't cover the inside, like he did, Max makes the move. He gets the position, and then Max just has to defend hard. And he wins the race exactly like he did. So I think coming out of the situation, like, Lewis had basically lost it, even if he was probably on fresh tyres. Yeah, he would have had a better chance than he did, but I think Max probably still would have won it. And although I'm a Lewis fan, I can see like how good, like, I recognise how good Max is. The thing that really annoys me and puts me off about Max is how much of a hypocrite he is. How he's very much do as I say, not do as I act.
Especially at Baku with George, he really put his foot into that one.
Yeah. Yep. I know George locked out. Like, George isn't 100% innocent on it, but at the same time, Max should be trying to set a bit of an example for younger kids coming through, and he's not the best of role models. I think a lot of that comes down to his father and his upbringing. Which is unfortunate, because Max is he seems like at times like quite a cool and likeable guy, fairly chill. Yeah, he's very straight talking as well, which is also a fairly good character trait. And he's crazy quick, he's super talented. I want to like him, it's his hypocrisy that turns me off from liking him.
I do agree, Crash. Funny how we've opened a whole entire different can of worms, and I haven't realised my last lap was an 8:14.7.
Yeah, track's not in a bad state. Alright, your crew chief is back on. You're pitting this lap.
You are correct.
And an 8:13.
I feel like that's better than my all-time best lap. It is. That's better than the 8:13 I did at night. Though we use it as telemetry data.
Ah, yeah. But you did an 8:11 earlier.
Yeah, but when we were doing practice, I did a full entire stint when I was going to drop at the car at like 4 AM in-game time. And that was an 8:13, and that's where you picked up that even though my braking was ultra smooth, my throttle usage could be better.
Yep.
And those conditions were basically the happy hour conditions. And that's why it gave me the 8:11. The fact that I'm doing an 8:13 12 hours in-game time after that one in practice shows that I've actually gotten faster.
Yeah.
Which to me is the biggest
Big time.
takeaway from this game. Or from this race.
Yep.
Yes, it is very well known within different communities that I do have a soundboard.
Yeah, you can see that you're turning less as well. That is visibly noticeable, except for going through that fast double right. You did turn in a little bit too much there, which caused you to have to go off throttle.
Which double right is that one?
Look, let's
Ah,
top of the hill.
yep.
The very fast fifth gear.
Yep, I know where Footbats is.
Alright, bear back a second.
Something popped up on my top screen of my peripheral vision. Peripheral vision, I'm like, what?
I'm back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Yoki's back. Elephant.
Hey Byron, York is back. Did you know that?
I thought he never left.
There's a glue joke
went
in there
for Waz.
somewhere. Unfortunately, I can't make it stick.
I'm half asleep here.
I'm just sat here trying not to laugh.
Got him! You're welcome, Crash. I get a very critical, sorry, what's the right word to use? Very positive response from my chat for that joke I made. And I quote, "Oh, fuck off."
Yeah. Glad someone said it.
Honestly, I don't mind if you say it to me. It's perfectly fine.
Alright, box. Oh,
You're real good one here, bud. I'll have to run. Get that back.
Get in the pit lane, buddy.
It's not fucking late now, fuck's sake.
That was really good timing.
Coming, guys. Anyway.
Alrighty, new tyres, 59 litres of fuel.
And door mark. Straight in here. Straight here.
Alright. Gonna stretch a little bit.
Okay.
Go and go.
Car behind's towed.
We can do better than that. Come on.
Again.
Straight line racing.
Not so straight, are they?
Oh, they heard a crash up our footpaths. Oh, it's pretty nasty.
Left of that. Still there. You're clear.
It's a shame they're not Red Bull sponsored. Might help them in that section of track.
Oh. P22's had a hardware failure. Oh no, they've been disconnected. Disconnected, disqualified.
I went backwards.
They did go backwards. Yeah, they've been disqualified. Oh, no way in the last 20 minutes.
win that.
Looks like a wheel disconnect.
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't know if I should be happy or sad, because for being honest, to finish 24th in a 24-hour race on my 24th birthday is fucking great.
If only we had 24 incident points, then you could get the whole cake.
Yeah, I know.
Ah, you got 22 incident points remaining. If you didn't have the last two, you'd be on 24.
Oh well.
24 points remaining.
How many have I actually acquired this race so far? I feel like it's probably just over 24.
Retired?
How many incident points have I accumulated / acquired?
Oh. 31.
What a shit driver. Get this guy off the team.
You're fired.
Get out of my building. Back your things. You're fired!
We might not get the place. In fact, I don't think we will. They're on 156, we're on 153. 16 minutes remaining.
It all depends on when the leader crosses the line.
Yep.
What, the car that was disqualified?
Yep.
He still took position.
From us, yes. He might drop down from 22nd down to 23rd. But he might just be out of reach for us.
Leader's behind me on track, so they'll cross the finish line first.
Yeah, he's 1 minute 50 behind it.
Leader's going to do 2 more laps. Which means we will as well. After this one, I think.
We might get it then. Yeah, we will get it. Just.
Remind me again what lap number they're on.
156.
Copy. Might actually be close here, chat. slight concern is if the leader doesn't cross the finish line before the time has elapsed.
Why?
Well, if he crosses...
then we won't get the place.
Correct. So if he goes slow enough to finish before the time elapses, we're going to finish that lap.
He's only 250 behind you. And then close in, so we're fine.
Cool.
They splash and dash at the beginning of this lap anyway, so I imagine they took the fuel they needed to go for 2 laps.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the gap they have to the car behind it, which is like 7 minutes 40. And like, most people would just take it easy. Finish the race off.
Yeah, I think it'd be a bit dangerous to be going that slow.
Just sit in pit lane for a while.
It could potentially run the risk of DQ, could you not? Sat still for too long.
Stop out of the car.
You'd still have to do the lap though. Should probably end up crossing the line by coming into the pits.
Yeah, but before that. Like when he pitted, he probably could just sat in the pits for a bit longer.
Then, yeah, it's too late for him to do it now.
So the real question is, when does planning for Spa begin?
Next week.
Well, hey, we got Watkins first.
I'm probably unavailable.
I'm unavailable for both.
Ah,
In fact, I'm unavailable for all races bar maybe Bathurst 1000, but I'm unsure about that one. And then, because it's during September, and September is like birthday month in my family, so pretty much all weekends are taken up with birthdays. And then the only other one is Fuji, 8 hours at the very end, November. Otherwise, Petit Le Mans, Spa, and Watkins, I'm all busy for. It doesn't mean we can't run a team, it's just I won't be able to race myself.
yeah, it's fair.
And I'll be able to do liveries for whichever. Spa might be a little bit more difficult because I'm away for the week leading up to it, but I'm around until the Friday for Watkins.
Where are you going
When
away?
is Spartan for? Is it June?
July.
July.
Watkins in June, Spa in July.
Yes, white flag.
Cars rejoin the circuit. You're all clear.
10-4.
And you heard P1, right? They're on their final lap now.
Yep, they had the white flag thing.
Yep, that was them.
So I'm guessing the reason why you can't do Spa is because you're away that weekend.
Yeah, I'm in Budapest for the F1.
Aren't you lucky? Enjoy it.
That's a good enough excuse.
Yep. Taking Alice to a first F1 race.
Hey!
Oh, nice. Yeah, it'll be good. Budapest is a pretty cool city as well. I've been there twice, but I've not actually properly started, properly like done sightseeing. I've been there for a music festival, and the first year we spent pretty much the entire time on the music festival island and at the festival, apart from Monday when we went to the spa. And then the second time, I got to do a tiny bit of sightseeing at the end, but not anywhere near enough. So we were out there for 8 days, from the Wednesday before the race till the Thursday
Thanks, Arthur.
after the race. So it'll be good. And then yeah, we're away at Watkins as well. We're in the Cots. No, we're in Somerset with Alice's family in a nice house for a week.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah, some good R&R time. Oh, the Porsche's into the pits. Doing a splash and dash. Probably didn't have the fuel to go to the end. Probably weren't expecting the extra lap. Pardon me. Yep, literally a splash of fuel.
Yep.
They're underway again.
Saw that as well. Yeah, one of the people involved with umpiring, she's into her motorsport, and she was telling me she's going away. I think she's going to Budapest as well, and maybe Monza? Can't remember.
Nice. Monza's on the list. The only thing with Monza is we'd probably have to camp, and Alice doesn't do camping. Last lap.
I will go slip crash.
HSR, I know you're disappointed with the result, but you've got nothing to be ashamed of. You did absolutely phenomenal.
By the way, P1 is the team that punted us on a Devon.
Oh, is it?
Yep. That 3.3k Ivan driver.
What, Matt Leverage? Or...
I believe so. It happens, though.
Yeah, I know him. But I recognise the name. It might be a Twitch stream, actually.
Yeah, like I said, it's a bit of both. It's a bit of him being impatient and also Devon going probably slower than most people would.
Yeah. Steady.
Yeah, just got a bit too overzealous.
Yep. Onto the British one last time.
Yeah. Casually flushing him while drinking a Coke one-handed.
This is time. Come to pit road this time.
There we go. 24 hours of Nurburgring done.
Well done, guys.
Great job.
Yeah, congratulations.
Sorry, man. You tried.
Big endurance. Checked off the list.
Personally, for me, it's one that I haven't been able to check off, so thanks. Thanks for having us.
No problem. Glad I managed to help you complete it.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Oh. And that was
Fuck, that's
E23 in the end.
Yep.
That was really unfortunate for them that they got disqualified. But hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, there's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah, for sure. Right, I'm gonna finish up the stream, so I shall be right back.
Cool. Oh, my legs are sore. Yeah. That was painfully hard. Thanks, Will. Much appreciated. My left leg is sore. That was like... how many laps? One, 5, 6... like 24 laps in a row. 4 laps that were done there, but then just binned it, so we got Devon in. A bit unfortunate, but... learning curve. I didn't get a replay shot. Oh well. Yorkies get some photos anyway, so we can use those. Probably that one, to be honest. My legs are just like bouncing up and down. Holy fuck. Oh. Yeah. Oh, here are the results. Alright, let's see what the results are for us. Well, my average lap time was 8 minute 43.2.
Is that you due to being in the pits or not?
Yeah, pits as well. Matt's average is 818.5, yours 825.7, Devon 940.7.
Ah, done and dusted.
Nice. We're just looking at the results. Yeah, Bowen and Devon did 34 laps each. I did 46 and it's beginning to show my left leg. Third of the incidents means I only gain 0.79 I rating. In fact, Bowen's going to go up to A license when he gets his MPR.
Nice. Helping improve.
Yeah, fastest lap of the race was that Tim Muser guy. They got disconnected, finished 27th.
55. Bloody hell.
Team that won had 58, 56, and 56 laps across all of them. 8:07, 8:15, 8:18 is their fastest laps. So HSI went down to P4 after being P1.
Damn. Really? No,
Yeah.
So they did.
It led 90 laps though. Okay, a team that started 23rd led 32 laps.
Yeah, seeing that.
And they were quick. Fastest laps are pretty close to each other. Alright, see you, Crash. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Alright, thanks guys. Thanks for having us.
No worries, Brian. You
Yeah,
did
I'm gonna
really,
call it.
you did really well.
Yeah.
It's fun. I think I was punching a bit above my weight, if I'm honest. But yeah, I'll take it.
That happens.
It was good. You can learn from it and apply what you learn to the next one.
Yep.
Exactly. That's the best way to learn is when you're kind of thrown into the deep end in some ways.
Yeah.
But I think if I just popped off a key off my my keyboard. If you guys raced more often, I reckon you'd probably be in and around 2K I rating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just ACC is more the focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully doing more iRacing now.
Yeah, for me it's the time, like editing stuff, bike riding, footy umpiring, work.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot going
It
on.
is a big time sink. It's
Like,
really for me. I have to actually practice in iRacing before doing any races. Like
Same.
even just their regular races, I have to do like a good at least an hour and a half, 2 hours before I feel ready to jump in and be competitive.
Yeah,
somewhat.
I'm the exact same. I don't jump into a race willy-nilly. I just like, okay, I need to practice this.
Yeah, practice is the key. But yeah, I'll for the future races provide a lot more notice than a week and a half, so people have got more chance to actually practice as well.
Yeah, I've
It's all good.
I've already booked off the Sunday and the Monday, like I have before, to do the 12 PM time slot, so we can do that again.
Nice.
So we'll probably give it a week for us to settle down, let the nerves and adrenaline come down, and then we'll jump into it. I'm definitely not racing. I'm not doing any practice tomorrow. I'm letting this leg rest.
Yeah, I probably won't be racing too much this week. If it is, it's going to be recording videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit 2 Nurburgring videos and a Zandvoort ACC video. Get those rendered.
Nice.
Also, sort out a whole bunch of sound alert stuff for my stream.
Sounds good.
Just the usual. Normalizing audio, sort of level sort of stuff. Honk. Hey, I'm gonna end my stream.
Yeah, I'm calling it.
Cool.
Correct,
Cheers,
guys.
Gotta head off as well.
Catch you
Thanks
at the
very
next
much,
one.
all.
No
Yes,
worries.
indeed.
Cheers.
See you later.
Bye.
Alright. Let me just... Okay, we're going to type out one more thing, and then we'll head on over. We'll probably raid Colin at Turn 7 Racing. I continue to Commander Eki, but I'd also feel like we raid Colin to be more relevant. Some of you are probably just here for the 24-hour stream. Some are probably here for the iRacing race, you know? Who knows? Switch on over here. I'll put that there. So when I'm talking to OBS, I'm talking to the camera, essentially. Let me just put in a photo. So we have 15, 30, 45. SRF was 1998 and 38 lead changes. I want to see the top split results actually. Yeah, and then we'll have things to put over. Go to iRacing. Bloody hell, a 757.992, the top split fastest lap. Fuck me dead. And 97 incidents. Wow. One more to women drive and they would have lost it. Huh. So max P3, 3 minutes behind. Didn't do well, he had very good average laps. Maxime Brent, I recognise that. So the winner of only 6 top speed people finished. Wow. That's Pablo's team. Oh, Pablo's sort of team. Ray. Hello, lovely. Happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Unfortunately, you managed to catch us at the end of the stream. I'm just looking through some results here. Looking at names I recognise. And stuff. We're about to finish up. and go raid a guy called Colin from Turn 7 Racing. I slept 6 hours. Alright, there was 6 hours where I wasn't here. Alright. So it's not 29 hours straight, it's only 23 of actual being awake. That's alright. The fact that you're here, even just at the end of it, is good enough for me. I do appreciate it. There were some. So unfortunately, our race went started good, and then downhill for something was out of our control, and then I had another accident. So we just lost time as the race went on, essentially, which was frustrating. I managed to get towards sort of about P20. We lost a lot of time because one of our drivers wasn't confident in the night, and I ended up just not being focused and completely just hit the wall. 30 minutes of damage and 8 minutes so that put us well down the order. Then I went out again and I was pissed off and I was highly strung out. I was wanting to gain back time and just put so many goddamn laps in and try and be quick, and that was my downfall. That we spun, I had another accident, had to tow back. So I think I got in, I just sort of had a bit of time off, called the jets sort of thing, had a bit of food, came back and did 3.5 hours straight driving. So I think I was P26 when I got in the car, came P23 in the end. One team got DQ'd and another team also fell back a fair bit. Let's have a look, which was it? So these guys got DQ'd, unfortunately. And then these guys had an internet issue. They couldn't get back on, so we gained time from that. So, but it's the first time doing it as a team. I did the most laps, also the most incidents by a fair way. But that's also a learning curve, a lot of time, more seat time would result in probably better results, but I'm happy with the fastest lap. My fastest lap being 8 minutes 11. That's 16 seconds faster than my previous best lap time in a race from 2 years ago. So it's a combination of, if I hadn't spent so much time in the pits, and same with Devon, hadn't spent as much time, hadn't lost as much time, we could have finished higher up, but that's just a learning curve. It was hastily organised. We were about a week or two out from the event. I'm probably getting together and actually doing the race. So the next one will be, if I open this up. So the next one we'll be doing, we sparred 24-hour on July 21st, 23. Watkins next month is probably a no, owing to the fact that the time slots don't line up for me at all. Except, could maybe do the Saturday 7 o'clock, which is 5 PM. That could work. 5 PM for us on the Saturday could work. If I'm umpiring on a Sunday, or I'm doing an early game on a Sunday, I won't know until a week beforehand. That's the problem. So I think wouldn't hurt to practice just in case. Yeah, I'll practice for the 6 hour and spar 24. This might be a different team sort of makeup and configuration. So yeah, that'll be the next one we'll be doing. Alrighty. You can go over there. Alrighty. So, here comes the question. Do we raid Colin? Who's doing iRacing? Actually, I want to see what Colin's doing. He's doing ESS at Daytona. In fact, what's a series? Might have the chance to do some race tomorrow. I'm not doing Nords again. BRS at Sandvort in the bin. IMSA at Laguna Seca. Yeah. Indy Pro at Long Beach or ESS at Daytona. We'll be doing those. Alrighty, that's 29 hours done. Lots and lots of driving. Actually, I'm gonna get my phone and double check something. Also, okay, you're still here, Ray. This, by the way, if I go, this is my birthday present that I was building yesterday, last night on stream. As we've done so far. So that's the back there, and that's the front. The end result is going to be this: the Lego Technic Porsche 911 RSR, which is one of my favorite cars of all time, also one of the best sounding, and also the intro car in all of my YouTube videos. So there is that. But essentially, you have it so that the front can actually steer, as you can sort of see from there. So that's set up so far, and the rear is also set up so that there's a differential that moves, and you'll notice that the rightmost cog is not moving right now because it's not being engaged. Same with the other side. You better watch closely. So that's only step 82 of 504 so far, so we've still got a long way to go. Alright. Always want to have get like that, but don't have anyone to finish things. Yeah, I'm the same. My desk drawer that's going to go on is completely full of stuff. There's a lot of interesting notifications. Not important, not important, not important, not important. Cool. Got some tweets by Yorkie that I was mentioning into. Yeah, we have P6 with like 5 hours to go. Sorry, P26 with 5 hours to go. Let's retweet that. Cool. Oh, porky's been done. Alright, we're gonna go at Colin, because we did an iRacing stream. Actually. Fuck it. We're gonna run to Eki instead. Because Eki is a wonderful person. No, just came in, gifted 5 gift subs, and then just walked out. In fact, there's been a lot of things that happened. We had 5th cheered 1 bit, Iki gave 5 gift subs. Coastal City, subscribe with Prime. Also give to sub to 5 people. Well, actually, will Stream Elements show it to me? It should. Activity feed. There we go. So gifts to Dr. George, Liam Oz, Phoenix Initiate, Time Consumer MK, and Diz with Dad. Casual subscribe with Prime. Also gifted a sub to Mambo Mayo, Drogbeard, Andy Corser, Baron Catricorn, and Xenos. We had Rocks tip $70. What the actual fuck? That's probably the big thing that came out of that. It's like, oh well. And Tim Deutsch and Scully Bird both followed as well. Nick followed the other day in the morning. And of course the 2 resubs from the Friday test stream. Alrighty, let's go ahead to Commander Eki. We have a sub raid message for those who are subbed, and if you're not subbed, there's also a raid message. If you want to catch up with anything important outside of streams, you can find all my socials there. Discord is probably the main thing you'll find me on, but I do tweet every now and then. Also got some YouTube videos to be uploaded in the next couple of days. Probably do some editing tomorrow. I'm also meeting up with Liam Oz tomorrow as well, so that'll be interesting. It's busy. But we might be back tomorrow night with some more Lego building. In fact, I'll probably be streaming Lego building every night until I finish it. Which is actually a really good initiative to do, like consistent streaming at least. But there'll be a couple of things going on, so I'll sit down tomorrow and figure out what the schedule is going to be. Is that everything I have? Yeah, cool. Alrighty. Let's go raid the wonderful Commander Eki, because Commander is a nice, lovely person. He's also Welsh, which fits well with my name, which surprisingly means Son of the Waves. Let's double check a number of things. Yes, thanks so much to everyone who has popped out here for the last 29.5 hours. It's been crazy. Just the support I get on these things. I don't stream often, so it's sort of hard to have a regular schedule. So the fact that people actually turn up and say stuff actually means a lot to me, especially on my birthday as well. It's also a great day yesterday as well, my birthday. Great lunch with parents, and also what's it called? Yeah, bike ride and burning the Porsche. Alright, cool. That's enough rambling from me. Let's go say hi to Commander, show him some love, show him support, and I'll probably see you all tomorrow night. Bye!
Joey! Raiders! No, Woody, sorry. I'm not sure why I said Joey. Ray! How you doing, Woody? Hope you had a great birthday.